Grey Eagle and His 5 Brothers by Cornelius Matthews. This is recorded to celebrate the 5th anniversary of LibriVox. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Grey Eagle and His 5 Brothers. There were 6 falcons living in a nest, 5 of whom were still too young to fly, when it so happened that both the parent birds were shot in one day. The younger brood waited anxiously for their return, but night came, and they were left without parents and without food. Grey Eagle, the eldest, and the only one whose feathers had become stout enough to enable him to leave the nest, took his place as the head of the family, and assumed the duty of stifling their cries and providing the little household with food, in which he was very successful. But, after a short time had passed, by an unlucky mischance, while out on a foraging excursion, he got one of his wings broken. This was the more to be regretted, as the season had arrived when they were soon to go to a southern country to pass the winter, and the children were only waiting to become a little stronger and more expert on the wing to set out on the journey. Finding that their elder brother did not return, they resolved to go in search of him. After beating up and down the country for the better part of a whole day, they at last found him, sorely wounded and unable to fly, lodged in the upper branches of a sycamore tree. "Brothers," said Grey Eagle, as soon as they were gathered around, and questioned him as to the extent of his injuries, "an accident has befallen me, but let this not prevent your going to a warmer climate. Winter is rapidly approaching, and you cannot remain here. It is better that I alone should die than for you all to suffer on my account." "No, no," they replied with one voice, "we will not forsake you. We will share your sufferings. We will abandon our journey, and take care of you as you did of us before we were able to take care of ourselves. If the chill climate kills you, it shall kill us. Do you think we can so soon forget your brotherly care, which is equal to father's, and even a mother's kindness? Whether you live or die, we shall live or die with you." They sought out a hollow tree to winter in, and contrived to carry their wounded nestmate thither. And before the rigor of the season had set in, they had, by diligence and economy, stored up food enough to carry them through the winter months. To make the provisions they had laid in last the better, it was agreed among them that 2 of their number should go south, leaving the other 3 to watch over, feed, and protect their wounded brother. The travellers set forth, sorry to leave home, but resolved that the first promise of spring should bring them back again. At the close of day, the 3 brothers who remained, mounting to the very peak of the tree, and bearing Grey Eagle in their arms, watched them as they vanished away southward, till their forms blended in with the air and were wholly lost to sight. The next business was to set the household in order, and this, with the judicious direction of Grey Eagle, who was propped up on a snug fork, with soft cushions of dry moss, they speedily accomplished. One of the sisters, for there were 2 of these, took upon herself the charge of nursing Grey Eagle, preparing his food, bringing him water, and changing his pillow when he grew tired of one position. She also looked to it that the house itself was kept in a tidy condition, and that the pantry was supplied with food. The second brother was assigned the duty of physician, and he was to prescribe such herbs and other medicines as the state of the health of Grey Eagle seemed to require. As the second brother had no other invalid on his visiting list, he devoted the time not given to the cure of his patient to the killing of game wherewith to stock the housekeeper's larder, so that, whenever he did, he was always busy in the line of professional duty, killing or curing. On his hunting excursions, Dr. Falcon carried with him his younger brother, who, being a foolish young fellow and inexperienced in the ways of the world, was not thought safe to trust alone. In due time, what with good nursing and good feeding and good air, Grey Eagle recovered from his wound, and he repaid the kindness of his brothers by giving them such advice and instruction in the art of hunting as his age and experience qualified him to impart. As spring advanced, they began to look about for the means of replenishing their storehouse, whose supplies were running low, and they were all quite successful in their quest except the youngest, whose name was Peepeye, or the pigeon hawk, and who had of late begun to set up for himself, being small and foolish and feather-headed, flying hither and yonder without any set purpose. It so happened that Peepeye always came home, so to phrase it, with an empty
Sample complete. Ready to continue?